Good evening. I'm Stacey Amos from News Channel 8, and these are the top stories that we have for you tonight. St. Croix's Cotton Valley Fire Station closes. We give it to you first right here on News Channel 8. The anti-bullying campaign gets a helping hand. It's a big political day in the Dominican Republic, and you're winning VI lottery numbers. Those stories and more up next for you on News Channel 8. In our top story tonight, the Cotton Valley Fire Station has shut down. News Channel 8's Wes Small files this exclusive story with a community activist on the east side.
Thanks a lot, Stacy. Unbelievable news. I'm here with Steve Niski. And Steve, a longtime political candidate. No, he's not running this time, man.
Much to your chagrin.
But he was just taking a lunch break right next to here, the Cotton Valley Fire Station. Folks, this is going to surprise you. Cotton Valley Fire Station is now closed indefinitely. Unbelievable news. I think the community should have been known this. I think the powers that be dropped the ball. Steve is a resident, long time here at St. Croix, outspoken. He's going to throw in his 2 cents here. But first, some statistics. We have 75 firefighters that put their lives on the line. This is brush fire season.
Good men, one and all.
Yeah, and a firefighter has not been hired in 5 years. The class of 2006 or 2007, I was just on the phone with Chief Torres. He is trying to get his facts and figures together. We have people retiring, and they're not replenishing the ranks. The response time between the Richmond Fire Station, which is the closest station to here to you people out east, is 9 minutes and counting. It takes 5 minutes for a structure to burn down. So that leaves you 4 minutes to play with. Folks, this is an emergency situation, and if you're an out east resident, you do the math. Steve, what do you have to say about this situation? You said you're very close to these firefighters here in Cotton.
I talk to the firefighters often. They're good men, one and all, and Chief Torres, I think, is doing a fantastic job. Here comes one of the guys coming up now. But, you know, we're living in an age of budget crunch and budget cuts, and something has to happen. But when we're sitting here talking, let's talk about how many fires are actually out on the East End, and the fact that out here, out east, 90+% of the structures are concrete to begin with. You know, the biggest damage is, of course, going to be the roof. And to tell you the truth, it's the way that it really has to be. You have to cut someplace in order to try and give broader service to the areas of the island which really need it. I believe that the people on the East End will be doing fine. I think the fire department, if there is an issue, will be here faster than possible. Yeah. And again, if you're a homeowner on the East End, you need to keep an eye on your own home and make sure that you are fire safe at home. And let's give a big shout out to Chief Torres. I like him. He's doing a great job.
All right, Steve Niski, community activist.
You're doing a great job. You and Channel 8, thank you very much for your coverage of local events. It's nice. You've been around a long time, man.
Yes,
I got my 25-year pin, okay. And I know you got about 30 or 40 at this point.
All right. Here at Cotton Valley, community activist Steve Niski. In case you're joining us, we have lost Cotton Valley Fire Station. Please, especially you East End residents, be cautious. I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
Senator Alicia Chucky Hansen, who is the chairman of the Government Operations Committee, has a response for the closing of the fire station.
Wow, what an exclusive story that Channel 8 just brought out there. I want to thank Steve Niski, the community activist on the east side. Senator Alicia Chucky Hansen is head of the Committee on Government Operations. You are not happy about this. I've seen your expression. We told you about this earlier this morning. You wanted us to dot our I's and cross our T's, and we're still waiting for a formal response from Chief Torres, but it is true. The Cotton Valley Fire Station is shut down. Could be temporary, could be permanently. Senator, 75 firefighters, they have 4 different shifts. They simply cannot man the facilities, and they decided predicted from Richmond, Grove, Frederickstead, that Cotton Valley would be the first to go. Wow. What do you think about this at a time where we're in the middle of brush fire season?
Well, first of all, I want to establish that the Cotton Valley Fire Station legislation was sponsored by this senator because of a need to cover the eastern area of St. Croix. I took a lot of abuse. I worked with the community of the eastern. I was told that if there's fire, this by a former senator who sat at that time when I moved that legislation, who said if there's a fire in the east, let the houses burn down. The bottom line is, there is no way under the sun, no way under the sun. We're going to have emergency meetings. I already began a letter to the governor to indicate that this is not the solution to any budgetary situation. We just cannot leave the eastern part of our island unattended. It takes about 5 minutes to burn down a building or area, and it takes about 9 minutes to get from town to east. It just can't happen. We also need to address the La Valley area, which is yet another issue. But this is already established in the eastern part. I protected the Grove Play Station when they wanted to close it down some years ago. I will do the same thing with the eastern part of our island. There is no way under the sun we can sit back and allow that to happen.
With that, then, we'll have to see. Stacy, please keep checking our email then, and we'll see if we have a response from Chief Torres. Then that, I'm sure this is going to break with the rest of the media by tomorrow. With Senator Alicia Chucky Hansen, always exclusive under the 8. I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
Thanks, Wes, and we have not gotten a response from Fire Chief Torres as of yet. Now, in other news, the anti-bullying campaign gets a big push from a local musician. Here's News Channel 8's Wes Small with the details.
Thank you very much, Stacy. And the anti-bullying campaign does continue. Miss Diaz here. You might remember she's on our public service announcements airing on ABC. Angelica, welcome back.
Thank you.
And look who, I'm going to let you do this. Normally, I'm always big mouth and everything. Angelica, who has joined Channel 8 to link up with your anti-bullying campaign? Who's the superstar next to you?
The one and only General, of course.
Say it again.
General.
Yeah, you don't know. Bless up.
Man,
Yeah.
General. Well,
Yes, sir.
well, I'll give it to you, Angelica, and to figure out what General's part is going to be in this. But my general manager said, Wes, you're not going to believe this is like a snowball that's turning into an avalanche here, where Angelica and her fellow students or comrades have linked up now. And General, I guess he saw it on our air, and he's going to offer some contributions. So I'm going to give it to you guys and find out what's going on. Okay, General, obviously you saw our promotion. What inspired you to get involved with Angelica and her group?
Well, you know what I mean? I always taking a part of the whole community, definitely. And it's one thing I don't really like is the bullying and people taking advantage of people, and is respect, you know what I mean? That's the way we come. That's the way I spread my message through my music, you know what I mean? So it's like, when I see that day and my family link me up and tell me about that, is definitely a go, you know what I mean? Stamp, seal, and done. Definitely. You know what I mean?
Now, what does that mean when you're going to help the anti-bullying campaign? Does that mean you're going to get involved in the studio and maybe put them in some records?
I going all the way, whatever it takes to make it all the way, is all the way we're going with it. You know what I mean? No matter what it takes. Song, music, tours, trips, wherever I go, which part of the wall, I gonna spread that. You know what I mean?
Well, how does this make you feel, Angela?
It makes me feel good. It makes me know that people are listening, that people are acknowledging the anti-bullying campaign, especially General, you know. So I'm really excited that he's joining us. And he's going to endorse it. So, you know, kids that know him will be like, okay, you know, he's taking part of the anti-bullying. I want to, too, okay.
Any final words about this anti-bullying that you maybe left out in our last report?
Just keep posted on my website. We're gonna have an anti-bullying campaign song contest. I'm gonna have the kids, you know, make a song for me. General is gonna be one of the judges, so it's gonna be pretty fun. It's gonna be throughout September, during when school starts.
With that, then, Stacy, I'm gonna go ahead and do my sign out and say I'm Wes Small from News Channel 8, and now I'm gonna ask General to lay out anything. Keep in mind he's coming off a little cold and he's hoarse, and he's gonna kick it. Look. Acapella.
Yes, you know what I mean? Yeah, and everything you do, with everything you say, hope for the best and keep the rest with nothing less. No matter what it is, you know we must progress, yes. You don't know West Smiles, Channel 8, you know what I mean, endorsing it. One heart, one love, you know what I mean, one friend. Boom.
Now, Labor Day is right around the corner, believe it or not, and that means the annual Labor Day Rib Cook-Off. News Channel 8's Wes Small is with Val Stiles for the story.
Thank you very much, Stacy. I'm here once again with Val. And Val with Crew de Croix Committee, and we're talking about barbecue, rib cook-off, community activist. She's always involved. And is this Labor Day weekend?
Yes.
Sunday, September 2nd. Welcome.
Sunday, September 2nd. It's going to be our 5th annual rib cook-off, the Mama Candy Dyer Rib Cook-Off. It's being co-sponsored with Crew de Croix by the St. Croix Recycling Association. It's going to start at 1 o'clock in the afternoon at Above the Cliff. And we want to invite all the chefs to come out and participate. How can anyone claim they have the best ribs if they don't enter? We've got a challenge coming from Angry Nate's, who was one of the winners last year. Shanae Bay was another winner last year. And it's being held at Above the Cliff on the North Shore this year. And he's starting a North Shore challenge. And like I said, we got a boardwalk challenge of the restaurants on the boardwalk also. And we want to invite all the chefs and all the people we can to come out and enjoy this. And we also want to invite all the politicians out. We're going to have a dunk tank.
Dunk tank.
A dunk tank. It's going to be dunk your favorite politician.
Don't you think the politicians have been dunked enough?
Oh, not enough. What's a better day than a family Labor Day weekend Crew de Croix Rib Cook-Off? We're looking for vendors. We're looking for volunteers. It's going to be $25 to enter. For adults, $15 for little piglets. And what this includes is a Ravi cup. It's going to include 5 coupons for ribs or sides and coupons from different stores.
And I'm going to be one of the judges.
Yes, you are, and you've done it before, and there's going to be good eating. We want to invite people out for this. We want to invite participants. And like I said, it's Above the Cliff, North Shore, Cane Bay, and we've got challenges going on. Who has the best ribs on the island? Only the people can say. Also, it's only $10 to enter for a chef, and then it's $25 for cleanup, and it's refundable if you clean up your spots. And
yeah, music by Kurt Schindler and DJ Don Juan. And this is a green event with separated trash, compost, recycling, and no styrofoam, all right? With the lovely Val, I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
Our very own Wes the Best is a judge and a dunking booth. Now that sounds like a lot of fun. We'll see all of you out there on September 2nd. Coming up, California's medical marijuana gets inspiration from a Jamaican sprinter, and Danilo Medina hopes to continue to inspire in his country. That's all up next in your Caribbean Report.
This is News Channel 8. This is News Channel 8.
Now here's your news from around the Caribbean region. From the Caribbean, countries are expected to benefit from a decision by the Latin America Energy Organization to establish a sub-regional office in Jamaica. The Portia Simpson Miller administration signed the Memorandum of Understanding with the organization that will serve the needs of Barbados, Cuba, Grenada, Guyana, Haiti, Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica, the Dominican Republic, and Suriname. From Trinidad and Tobago, the Twin Island Republic has renewed its focus to delivering value to visitors by ensuring that every point of contact results in a memorable experience. And they will be training tourism service providers in the art of delivering consistent, high-quality service. From St. Kitts, the People's Action Movement is raising concerns about the quality of health care in rural St. Kitts. Dr. Charles Warner raised the issue recently, but Chief Medical Officer Dr. Patrick Martin in Defense explained that the allocation of resources is based on population and demand for health services. From Puerto Rico, Francis Ortiz Gonzalez faces up to 10 years behind bars after being found guilty on federal charges stemming from his role as an operative for a drug ring that distributed large quantities of Chinese-made counterfeit pharmaceuticals throughout the U.S. and around the world. From Puerto Rico, a former Harrisburg man was arrested Wednesday in a firebombing and double homicide in Pennsylvania more than 3 decades ago by federal marshals. Erasmo Cruz, 55, is charged in the August 1980 slayings of 41-year-old Nancy Patterson and her 17-year-old daughter, Deborah. From Jamaica, the 30th Olympiad may be over, but Jamaican athletic superstar Usain Bolt has apparently left a lasting impression on the marijuana dealers in Orange County, California. Some medical marijuana dispensaries are selling a strain of weed called Usain Lightning Bolt OG in honor of the living legend. From Guyana, Miss Guyana RT Cameron is the winner of the official Miss World 2012 People's Choice Award in China. Other Caribbean islands made the top 10, namely Barbados, Jamaica, the Bahamas, and St. Kitts and Nevis. From the Dominican Republic, Danilo Medina is being sworn in as the president of the republic today amidst great public expectations created by his campaign promises. The Secretary General of the OAS, Jose Miguel Insulza, will also attend the official acts in connection with the farewell to outgoing President Leonel Fernandez and the inauguration of incoming President Danilo Medina. From Dominica, for the first time, the island will join other countries worldwide to observe the UN International Day of Older Persons being held on October 1st, titled Age Demands Action. Organizations lobbying for the rights of the elderly are putting in place a series of activities around the globe. From Cuba, Cuban Vice President Esteban Lazo is traveling to the Dominican Republic to attend the inauguration of President-elect Danilo Medina. Lazo is leading the Cuban delegation to the events, also composed by Deputy Foreign Minister Dagoberto Rodriguez. From Barbados, the island is set to host the 8th Annual African Diaspora Heritage Trail Conference from September 17th to the 19th. This conference will be held under the theme, Our Heritage, Our Identity, Uncover, Recover, Discover. From Antigua, Minister of State Senator Winston Williams has hinted that the government will play a very minimal role in the upkeep of the planned Antigua Sports Village. The multifaceted facility, which would be able to host a number of varied sporting disciplines, will become self-sustaining once it's completed. From Antigua, former Prime Minister Lester Byrd has refused to budge as political leader of the main opposition ALP, despite attempts by his parliamentary colleagues to force him to step down. And in your cricket update, former Trinidad and Tobago captain Darren Ganga will lead an all-star team with regional fast bowlers Pedro Collins and Fidel Edwards in the upcoming T20 for 50 Cricket Festival scheduled for the Queen's Park Oval. Please be sure to check our Facebook page for all full details on stories in the Caribbean Report. Now, here are your winning lottery numbers. First prize, 31397 for $175,000. Second prize, 21600 for $65,000. Third prize, 12650 for $40,000. Fourth prize, 11854 for $30,000. And last but never least, 10997 for $20,000. Next drawing is Thursday, August 30th. We hope we had a winner out there because News Channel 8's viewers are the best. Coming up, it's basketball in your Sports 411.
This newscast has been sponsored by Mario's Virgin Crystal. Let us save you the hassle of lugging those jugs around. Purified bottled water conveniently delivered to your home or office. Also available in your favorite grocery store. Call 773-2810.
This is News Channel 8. This is News Channel 8.
It's the NBBA in your Sports 411.
Thanks a lot, Stacy. Last night we had Game 3 of the NBBA Championship Series between Boysdom and Guidance. Boysdom looking to close out Guidance, but Guidance veteran wingman Ryan Rollins Double R wasn't ready to go home, as his early hot shooting had Guidance off to a good start. Folks, Boysdom was without two key players, forward Terrell Christian and point guard Kadeem Jones. And it showed as Boysdom was out of sync. Folks, here the 24-second shot clock ran out and them, oh no. Well, on Monday, Guidance shot themselves out of the game, but last night they just couldn't miss. Jerome Nathaniel from deep. Oh, that's good. Nathaniel again from deep. Oh, all the way Constitution Hill. That's good. And Ryan Rollins, he had 4 3-pointers in the first half, as Guidance led by 14 at the half, 54-40. Third quarter, Rashid Swanson, he got the ball rolling for Boysdom. First, the 3 ball. Then, in the open court, the hoop and the home. Folks, then Swanson from deep, he's on fire. He's burning up, as he had his team within 5 points. But folks, that's as close as they would get, as Guidance hot shooting was contagious. Something I got wrong, love's contagious. Trophy Polanco for 3. Stephon Adams, see the 3, be the 3. Then Polanco with the nail in the coffin, as Guidance were able to force a game 4 on Friday with the 93-85 win over Boysden. Leading the way was Jerome Nathaniel with 25 points. After the game, I spoke to both head coaches.
Coach Bow, you guys were able to hold off elimination and win game 3, man. Talk about the win tonight, no?
Well, it's a breath of fresh air because we're still alive, but I think it was a turning point because now the series said that they have lost some personnel and we have lost personnel too. So now it's like, okay, now they got to realize how to play with 6 and 7 guys, which we've been doing the whole playoff series. But the key difference tonight, because my perimeter played well, was that my bigs tonight stepped up. Colin, Radel, they came and they gave us that little scoring that we needed from them that they didn't give us in the previous 2 games. So with that in itself gave us that little extra, because they're still a worthy opponent. But now I think the pressure on them, because they know they got to come up with that Friday game, because or else you don't.
Well, Coach Zorro, you guys came up shutdown tonight, man. Were unable to close out tonight. Talk about the game.
Well, defense, I always got to stress defense all the time. We didn't play enough defense, and they jump out on us quick. Well, I think it was a 14-point lead or something like that. So we've been in a dark fight, trying to get back in the game. But it was a good game. We got back in the game, but we gave up some crucial threes and some defensive stuff we didn't have.
Okay, so Friday, next closeout game, man. What was the mindset for Friday?
Well, hey, the next closeout game Friday, we got to come with a strong intensity. Like we wanted, so that we came like we didn't want it. And we got to come like we wanted and close out this game. I mean, I lose 3 man, crucial man, Terrell and Karim, but we still got to fight. And Friday will be a completely different ball game.
Man, best luck on Friday.
While the action continued on Friday at the Ronald Charles Gymnasium, the game tips off at 8 p.m. Going out and show your support. That's a look at your Sports 411 update. I'm Stephen Francis from News Channel 8. Back to you, Stacy.